I hope I don't have to fight my evil shadow self today. Hey, no freaking way. Mother who realized she was gay at the same time as her husband, coming out as transgender, says they're happier than ever as a lesbian couple. Honey, I have bad news. Me too. I'm gay. I have good news. Bread is basically just flour, yeast, and liquid, right? Gatorade bread. You ever have one of those what am I doing with my life moments? I was a fool. I thought this would be a bad idea. This is the best goddamn bread I've ever made. It's fluffy, it's chewy, it's got a perfectly crisp crust. The only flavor it has is vaguely sweet. I've already eaten the whole loaf. I'm curious. I would like to try some Gatorade bread. Who else here is with me? And if you're not raising your hand right now, you're lying. Quick quiz question. Can you tell me what the Q in LGBTQ stands for if it doesn't stand for questioning? I can't get a straight answer. I have no idea. I always thought it was questioning. Could mean queer. That's sort of been taken back. That's not a, I swear to God, if someone comes at me and acted like, I'm not slurring it, okay? Don't even miss me with that crap, okay? I asked a question. I don't need someone coming to my Twitter saying, you should apologize for what you said about the Q in this stupid acronym. Is it an acronym? It doesn't matter. I don't know what it means either. I always assumed questioning. What are your actual bookshelf red flags? Please do not say American Psycho. Funko Pop. Poor guy couldn't even think of a book. No, they're right though. They're right. There's something about Funko Pops. I feel like I read something on this channel regarding Funko Pops. How it's not about like the character or anything. There's a reason they all look pretty much the same, and it's that they're focusing on collectability of a brand and not really the cool idea of a character or something like that. I can't quite remember. Either way, they feel really soulless. Character has frost powers. Me, your backstory is family-related trauma, isn't it? Yeah. What is with that, though? Throwback to when I took painkillers and woke up with Photoshop open on my computer to this image I had made. Big things are coming. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, you know? Expertly made image. I literally can't fathom how you would have put this together, though. None of it makes any sense to me, but then again, maybe that's the painkillers. This is why I don't trust pharmaceuticals of any kind, man. I can't. I don't like the idea of waking up having lost control of my freaking brain and body. No thank you. I don't want to be arrested, okay? Oh no, I woke up naked on I-25 somewhere. How did I get here? I don't know. Thanks, Ambien. I haven't seen a damn thing about the new Grinch movie, but if they didn't make him a love interest, that's just another Grinch, but softer with eyelashes and one blue streak and her hair named the Binch, then I don't want... Oh, I see what you're saying. Why does the Binch look like Scarlett Johansson? Oh, shut up. I just realized we don't even know what dinosaurs sound like. They could have been speaking fluent German for all we know. It's too early for this late-night Tumblr crap. Guten Morgen, Herr Pterodactyl. They could. A little funny haha random. You're getting close to it, but I agree, they very well could have been doing that. Were they? No. But I wouldn't mind coming across a T-Rex that spoke any human language fluently. In 1561, an innkeeper called Hugh Draper was imprisoned in the Tower of London for sorcery. Whilst incarcerated, he made these carvings on the walls, which displayed astrological symbols and numbers. This is not helping you beat the sorcery charges. You ever wonder if at one point people were able to do some crazy magic crap, but, you know, the fanatics just went, oh hell nah, and like killed them all off? You ever think about something like that? I mean, sure, for something like, say, if dragons existed and went extinct, we would have found evidence for dragons by now, right? But how would we have found evidence for a wizard? Am I right? Were there any magical This is basically the plot of Onward, almost, but, you know, a little bit farther in their future. Anyway, actually, no, there wasn't genocide in Onward. Well, maybe there was. I'm sorry. Okay, put the timer away. I'm going off track. Hold on, let's move on. How do I look, darling? Bad. I looked up the source for this, and it's from an anime where a dude has to keep a constant boner for a month straight, or he loses his house. Is this the episode where he lost his house? Thank you. I just appreciate that. How do I look? Bad. This object has been temporarily removed as we revise its facial expression, which was deemed zoologically improbable and/or terrifying to small children. Nothing could make me more curious about your taxidermy than this. I need this as a t-shirt. Zoologically improbable and/or terrifying to small children sums me right up. Finally, I know what I want inscribed on my tombstone when I die. I remember the news article. This was the lion that was removed. Sweet Jesus is not putting it right. No, really. There's no way, right? Why would this have been up in a display anywhere? Anywhere! It's not even that it's improbable. It's that it's intentionally done poorly to freak people out or make them laugh. What is this? Ew! Which would you rather find living in your attic? 1,000 roaches or a person? This is truly, on God, the first would you rather that I've ever had to devote significant thought to. Neither of these answers feel good. Yeah, I would say a person. I don't care what kind of person. It could be a person that's been up there so long that they're more feral than human at this point. I don't care. It needs to be a person. If I find 1,000 roaches anywhere, I will move out of the state. Can they, like, release new vegetables? I work at Whole Foods, and I'm here to tell you that they do. Some lady the other day puts this on my conveyor belt, and I'm like, ma'am, what is this? And she has the audacity to say, I don't know. Well, I'm sorry. If you don't know, why is she expected to know? Everyone should question their gender. It's perfectly okay for the answer to that question to be, yep, everything checks out, all good here. That's how you unlock Sis Plus. Wait, Sis Plus, is that a subscription? What shows are on it? How can you not be angry? I am angry, the werewolf said, but unlike you, I don't have the luxury of showing it without being called a monster, without someone taking it as a sign of proof that I need to be put down like a rabid dog, that I'm just what the stories tell you I am. But everyone gets angry. That's human, up until the point when you're not human. Such a wonderful metaphor for anyone othered by society. Yeah, there are a lot of people that just feel like they can't express their emotions because they've been manipulated to feel like expressing their emotions is a bad thing. You're allowed to be sad. You're allowed to be mad. You're allowed to be super happy. You're allowed to be mega depressed. You are allowed to be these things. Of course, some are worse than others. Being depressed is not a great thing. I suffer from it. But don't ever let anybody make it worse by telling you you have to hide it and stifle it. That's not gonna help. It's not gonna help. Again, I would like to remind everybody that I am a moron on the internet. I'm not a doctor. So, you know, for any real serious stuff, maybe don't heed my advice. Maybe go to someone who knows what they're talking about. Dead End Paranormal Park has been canceled by Netflix after 2 seasons. You know, it might just be the depression talking, but I just don't care anymore. So many shows have been canceled in the last 6 months, I don't expect basically anything good to come out ever again. I've never even heard of this show. To be fair, Netflix doesn't always show you what you might be interested in either. Because why would they do that? Why would they actually promote a show that they paid probably millions of dollars for? Silly Netflix. Sometimes people try to tell me that scientists are paragons of rationality, and I have to break it to them that I have yet to work in a lab that didn't have at least one weird secret shrine in it. New guy, why is all of the equipment in this room covered in toys? Me? Don't touch those. They need the toys to function. If they don't all have toys, they get jealous. When something breaks, just take the wizard and wave it around for a while. They seem to like that. Look, it's all about keeping the lab happy and comfy and not angry. Don't anger the equipment. Have you ever seen a beaker pissed off? I don't think you have. And you don't want to either, all right? I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a weird horror movie, kind of like Skinamarink, coming to theaters about a pissed off beaker, okay? We already got one about a tire. Oh boy, is that Pokemon? Let's see. It's really funny how, like, Pikachu has been the obvious moneymaker for Pokemon throughout its history, and they've tried to replicate this without success ever since, trying each gen to hit on that perfect mascot formula. Yeah, they're really trying there. And finally, after a series of unsuccessful and generally unmemorable clumsy Pikachu ripoffs, Nintendo comes out with a Pokemon whose entire concept is bold-facedly clumsy Pikachu ripoff, and everyone freaking loves it. Of course they do! Look at how cute! 2023 CE poster after sharing a self-referential meme. We're gonna confuse future archaeologists so bad. 4971 CE archaeologist on the dig site. Why do the bones have plastic in them? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. It's in their bones. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this. I wonder if the microplastics have made it to our bones somehow yet. I know we got a credit card in our blood. Thank you, boomers. Oh, hell yeah. Captain America. So, do any Avengers have any pressing business? Blade, are any of you mofos gonna help me fight the vampires, please? There are so many. No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't, right? He seems like the type of guy to offer and then go, ooh, never mind, vampires, I don't do that. Punjab chief minister openly drinks glass of polluted water to prove the water is clean. Admitted to hospital. No, you know what? Respect. He put his mouth where his money is and experienced consequences immediately. Every American politician should be taking freaking notes and opt out of government health insurance. Out of pocket, you entitled, naughty word, the Punjab chief minister is more committed than you ever were. That is true. He did. He put his mouth right where his money was. PSA for male writers struggling with writing women without ending up with something that would land them on r/men writing women. You can circumnavigate a lot of problems by writing male characters and changing out their pronouns in post. A lot of the properties that build a character are a lot more interchangeable than you might expect. Oh. So no more boobs flopped boobily in the wind kind of thing. Apparently no one was paying attention in middle school language arts when we learned what a freaking protagonist was. The protagonist is not the good guy. The protagonist is just the guy the story is about. I mean, yeah. Look, I don't pay attention to anything, okay? I found a pun that works in both English and Spanish. Where do cats go when they die? Purgatory. ¿De dónde van los gatos cuando mueren? Purgatorio. Dude, it also works in Italian. I think that's why the Italian kind of started coming out at the end of that sentence there. I don't know how to pronounce Italian, so, geez. It could also work in French? No, I can't read that either. I'm so sorry. The ultimate pun. It also works in Portuguese. Well, duh. Portuguese, Italian, and Spanish are so similar in so many ways. We have achieved peak pun. The pun heard round the world. Yeah, I'll frickin' say, you best watch it. Not surprised that you're a man, considering how you care about your action more than the women it hurts. Okay, you do understand that I'm gay, right? I can actually promise you that 0 women are being exploited because of my crippling, life-destroying action. So you're putting women out of a job? Oh, gotcha. You walked right into that one, sweetheart. So there. Which one of you was gonna tell me that tea tastes different if you put it in hot water? You were putting it in cold water? Radish. Answer the question, Radish. Yeah, I thought for like 5 years that people just put it in hot water to speed up the teaification process. I didn't realize there was an actual reason. An actual reason? So the reason that you were putting it in there was I don't understand. I'm confused. Sure, you can have cold tea. You can, if you want. That's fine. Gonna start random discourse now. Living in a 2-story house is elitist. Moving to a foreign country is cultural appropriation. And stop saying something is easy. You're shaming the task. OP, I know this is a joke, but just remember that if you go knocking on enough doors asking to see the devil, eventually he may answer. Thank you very much for that. I do appreciate that. Some people don't quite understand this. You make too many jokes, one's gonna land you somewhere that maybe you didn't expect to land. You know, there's a reason so many people with snarky, stupid personalities like myself on the internet find themselves interfacing with people that you don't know on Twitter, treating you like you're a buddy and saying mean things to you in jest. They're trying to joke, they're trying to be funny, but it just, it's inappropriate. Me at age 15 downloading music using YouTube to MP3. I didn't even realize there was piracy happening. Yeah, it sucks that shit's pretty much impossible to do now. Okay, it's not, but it's harder for sure. I'm at a restaurant right now, and there's this like 16-year-old kid sitting at the table next to me, completely alone with like 6 racks of ribs. He's eating like 1 rib every 10 seconds, and the poor server who was assigned to him has to keep getting him new ribs. I've been here for an hour, just watching this kid inhale ribs like he's gonna die the next day. He probably will, given the amount of hot sauce he put on them. Child sitting alone at a restaurant, absolutely going to town on these ribs. This child is eating like he's trying to personally rid the world of ribs. I've been timing him. He orders a full rack of ribs every 2 minutes. This is freaking insane. I don't know what to do. Normally, I would say mind your own business, but this is one of those particular instances where I wouldn't be able to. I'd have to go up to him and say, hey man, it's not really my business, but are you doing all right? Do you need some help? I don't understand what's happening. Maybe he's practicing for some contest? I don't know, because I don't know, professional like speed eaters are very small people. I'll never understand it. It's all very strange. I'm an average American man. I work 15 hours in a hamburger mine to buy 1 rock and roll disc. Stop this. Today I learned about the unifying cube rule theory that claims to settle not only the is a hot dog a sandwich question, but many other similar food debates. The cube rule of food for identifying dishes based on starch locations. Okay, we've got toast, sandwich, taco, sushi, soup, salad, bread bowl, calzone. This puts the hot dog not in the sandwich category, but in the taco area. I mean, they're not wrong. That looks delicious. I want it. It also suggests pizza is toast and an apple pie is a calzone. I guess. Taco sausage. This suggests that cannelloni and burritos are sushi. Open-faced sandwiches are toast. You heard it here, folks. Yeah. Behold, sushi. Why? He's not a calzone. Stop this. Also, is the calzone supposed to be a completely... Yeah, they're completely... I haven't had a calzone in years. Look, I need to have another one now. Now it's on the mind, okay? Holy crap, that thing is huge. A 1-ton eagle model from the Hobbit trilogy was hung on the ceiling in a New Zealand airport, and it fell down on a noodle canteen after an earthquake hit. That sentence was a roller coaster ride from start to finish. Oh, I forgot about that bird. It's so weird to me that people label Fred the athlete of Mystery Incorporated. He came up with highly extravagant plans, was always the one reading the newspaper, wanted to be a mystery writer, and did acting at school. Fred is the art kid. However, Shaggy was a track star and top gymnast, which is why he and Scooby were always used as bait and runners for Fred's plans, and potentially why he consumed so much food. Shaggy is the athlete. Shaggy can run as fast as a Great Dane while carrying a Great Dane. Man is a freaking Olympics tier athlete. Yeah, that gives him superpowers, man. It's otherworldly to see. To this day, I cannot believe Aang called up and blew off like 9 avatars just because they didn't offer any vegan options to ending the war. Roku, my best friend assaulted me as a senior citizen. Kyoshi, sometimes some murder is okay. Is that Kuruk? I don't know. Just punch people that disagree with you. Aang, okay, I'm starting to think that none of you took this Avatar thing seriously. DreamWorks has the best couple relationships ever. The thing I've always admired about their couples is how mature and well-developed their relationship is. How one respects everything about their partner, gives each other the time to build trust, and also helps each other become the best versions of themselves. They rarely, or even never, say I love you to each other because their actions are so powerful that it evokes that. Also, the characters individually are some of the most well-developed characters in animation. Yeah, I said it. So yeah, these are just my thoughts. I just adore DreamWorks characters and relationships. It's because DreamWorks wanted to be the anti-Disney. Disney makes some great stories, for sure, but DreamWorks took it a whole different direction and made it better and connect more to the real world. I know I say that while I'm looking at Puss and Kitty and Fiona and Shrek, but nonetheless, they are more grounded in reality than the weird fairy tales of old that Disney has adapted. Keying/graffitiing someone's car is old news now. If someone cheats, we go at their wardrobe with a seam ripper. You know what? Screw you, unstitches all your shirts and jeans. They should invent sleep for women. I don't know how much it would cost to do that, though. Kids these days are so cringy with their Fortnite dances. Are none of y'all gonna acknowledge the we did? Are we not going to acknowledge Gangnam Style? What does the fox say? If we go older, we got Hamster Dance, Crazy Frog, the Duck Song, the Llama Song, Charlie the Unicorn. Let he who is without sin throw the first stone. Yeah, but back in my day, it was actually goddamn funny. Hey, don't be on Charlie the Unicorn, okay? Watch yourself. Watch yourself. Okay. By the way, Film Cow's latest stuff is some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. Keep watching, folks! Cloaked in the fur of their slaughtered brethren, you have a fundamental misunderstanding of how yarn is made. You know, I really think most people do, and I don't like that. In today's modern society, Riddler would be the easiest of Batman's villains to rehabilitate. All you have to do? Give him a job designing and running an escape room facility. It's perfect for him. A non-violent outlet for feeding his need to flex how intelligent he is. He still gets to create his elaborate puzzles and riddles, and people will willingly pay him to lock them up in a room where he can mess with them for an hour or so. Someone get Bruce Wayne on the phone. I have an idea for a thing he should invest in. If you win and successfully escape the room, you get a sticker that says, I'm as smart as Batman. Fanfic written by 14-year-olds is so wild, because they all think smirk is just a fancy word for smile, so every serious romantic scene comes out looking like this. No, I think it works. That's totally fine. Hate people going into a store wearing clothes I got from there, like I'm their little bitch or something. You people are very strange, and I love it. LOL, here's a fun one. If you had been born in the medieval era and without access to modern medicine, how long would you have lived? If I managed to survive being born, unlikely, I would have died at age 22 from appendicitis. How about you? The number of you absolutely convinced you would have been convicted of witchcraft and burned at the stake seems statistically unlikely. You know, I haven't come across anything yet in my life that would have given me a hard death date in the medieval times. I would have lost pretty much all my teeth, though. I know that much. I would have had almost none left. You wake up. You're still a lizard sunning on a red rock. It was all a dream. The concept of analytics, algorithms, and view counts is already losing its meaning as you open and lick your own eyeballs to moisten them. Time to eat a bug. OP paid about $215 for blue check marks on this website. Show some freaking respect. That's the guy who invented Nyan Cat. Oh my god, is that true? Oh, it is? A genius. Also, I love that Tumblr lets you just keep giving them money for more check marks. There were no cases of autism before 1930. Yeah, Mount Everest wasn't discovered until 1856, but I'm sure the frickin' mountain still existed. My psych teacher has a poster in her classroom that says, every time you call your boyfriend daddy, Sigmund Freud's ghost grows a little bit stronger. And if that isn't threatening, then I don't know what is. Yo, his ghost can F off. Desert plants. Oh no, thank you, I'm not thirsty. Desert animals. Okay. I need a heat lamp set to exactly 83.15 Fahrenheit, 8 months of the year. I need to be lightly spritzed during August. If I'm medium spritzed, I will die. If I'm not spritzed at all, I will die. When I enter my pupal state, you will need to put me in the freezer, which should be set to exactly jungle plants. Sorry I died. I said I was semi-shade, not full shade, but if you give me too much sun, I'll also die. By the way, watering me is not enough. You need to soak my entire body for 3 to 5 minutes twice a day. Also, jungle animals, coconut substrate, adding unnecessary comments to posts more like Dunkin' Don'ts. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll just sit in that corner over there, sulks and grows mushrooms on my back. What the hell? I just drove my uncle and myself to the hardware store, and he said to me, Molly, I want you to know that being Catholic doesn't change anything. If you someday get married, your wife will be welcome in this family. Don't ever think otherwise. That's nice, but I'm not gay? I'm laughing so hard. Spoiler alert 2012 me, you're super gay. Observation, I've never broken a bone. Hypothesis, I am boneless. Data, I appear to have broken at least 2 bones and my foot slipping on ice. Conclusion, I have at least 2 bones. Strong evidence suggests the possibility of a 3rd one. Uneducated people, like you, are the reason why there's so many science deniers in the world. You have 206 bones in your body. Maybe you'd know that if you'd had more than the 4th grade education. I'm an astrophysicist. Well, that explains why they don't know anything about bones. Me, when I wake up, oh boy, I can't wait to think about that great dream I just had. The memories of my dream, gotta go. Do they have to make him wear his last name like that? Gay and a bigot. Pride and Prejudice. Holy crap. I don't think Tom Kenny ever auditions for voice acting roles. I think if you make a cartoon, he just materializes in the sound booth on his own. Yeah, him and Tara Strong, for sure. Amateurs. Oh my god, who are they? Oh, only 3 voice actors in the entirety of Germany. Then again, we don't just need voice actors for animation. Everything live action from the US, the UK, and so on gets dubbed here, after all. Sometimes you just watch a documentary here and the narrator is Thanos. It's kind of fun though, right? Also another powerhouse who does a lot of voice acting and I think holds a record for like movies and TV credits is James Hong. Don't you forget about the GOAT, okay? Toph was shown easily bending a meteorite that Sokka gave her, meaning that Toph can bend any dirt regardless of if it's Earth or not. Meaning Toph could have definitely bent the moon, and the only reason she didn't was to do it out of respect for Sokka and his ex-GF. Toph doesn't know where the hell the moon is. There's a tortoise at work and he's 30 years old. And I love that he's 30 years old because I can look at this animal that's 3 years older than me and go, does the man want his appy slices? And he hustles over because the man do want his appy slices. My old person trait is that I think a website should work in a web browser and not try to open an app. My old person trait is I think video games should work without needing access to the internet. Mine is that I think when I purchase a product that it should be complete and functional and also that I should actually own it. Yeah, well mine is that I think I should be able to talk to an actual person in order to resolve issues with my bills without waiting on hold for 30 plus minutes. Well, I mean, that one's just kinda down to hundreds of thousands, if not millions of you trying to get the problem solved at the same time. I've worked in one of those call centers. It's an awful, awful, terrible, abusive, thankless job, and people like you with expectations of instantly being able to get anything done whenever they want is one of the reasons it's so terrible. No one wants to do it, and everybody has problems that they needed us to fix. Guys, when you take medicine, do you take the pill and then drink, or do you drink the drink, then take the pill? I don't trust people who put pills in their mouth before the water. Poll. When you take medicine, do you put the pills in your mouth and then sip water, or get a sip of water in your mouth and then put the pills in? Please, it's for science. You really can't trust anybody these days. OP has no idea the gate they've opened. I don't know. I always did pills first because, you know, they don't instantaneously dissolve in my mouth and make me vomit or something weird like that. Hell, depending on the pill, I'll dry swallow that. I don't even care. Usain Bolt posing with his winning tortoise at a tortoise race. Are you telling me the fastest man in the world spends his free time racing slow-ass animals? And his is the fastest of those slow-ass animals. 3 different uncles at a barbecue. Cool uncle who smells like and lives in the woods, but the woods are just outside town and he works out at a Planet Fitness. Uncle, who you always looked up to until you found out he's in a cult and is also homophobic, but says he's okay with the lifestyle. Mom's brother. Victorian dress costumes are so funny. Victoria was queen for 6 decades. In 200 years, Party City is going to sell second Elizabethan-era costumes with 2000s low-rise jeans and 80s hair and a 50s blouse.
And call it
Historical costume 20th century Y2K Elizabethan hippie Cold War vintage girl sexy. And I am ready. Me too. Where the hell is that? I'm 11, I have a physics degree, and want to make humans immortal. The world is literally burning to a crisp from car exhaust and internet funny money mining, and this young Sheldon mother wants to make sure we have to suffer through it. Well, maybe he doesn't actually mean immortal. Maybe he just wants to stop the physical aging process so that when we're 100, we still have the physique of being like 25, 30, something like that, so that we can still live a fulfilling life, and then, you know, we die in our sleep at some point. Maybe he wants to create a ticking time bomb in every human, except, you know, we get to live into our golden years with the ability to walk and do stuff still. Yes? May I help you? I'm looking for a book. I think it was blue. Not a week goes by without me remembering this Yonan Vasquez strip, and I so often want to reference it, and I keep forgetting it is not, in fact, a well-known meme. Yes, I'm a little confused. He's thinking of a gun. Okay, for himself? For the customer? Is he gonna shoot the book? What is he thinking here? What is he really thinking? Tell us what you want.